morning. You're watching the news on African Free Press Television. I am Leo Oketa.
And I am Bridget Okudili with the news update. Senator Uche Ekwunife has claimed that she will beat Chief Victor Ume again in the rerun election for Anambra Central Senatorial District. On Monday, the appeal court nullified Ekwunife's election and ordered a rerun in 90 days. Reacting to the judgment, Ekwunife said the same people that voted for her before would vote for her again to win. She said she was not disturbed by the noise being made in government quarters concerning the outcome of the appeal court judgment, adding that she was very optimistic that whenever the election is conducted, she will beat Victor Ume again.
And following the conclusion of the supplementary governorship election in Kogi State and his persistent refusal to accept the position of Deputy Governor-elect, James Faleke yesterday showed up in the House of Representatives, where he took part in the day's plenary. Faleke, who had persistently insisted on being declared Governor-elect of Kogi State following the death of Prince Abubakar Audu, currently chairs the Committee on Customs and Excise in the 8th House of Representatives. The presence of the two-time lawmaker in the House, having transferred his voter card from Lagos to Kogi to enable him exercise his franchise, has also raised a new legal question as to whether or not he still has the legal right to represent Lagos State.
Justice Adeniyi Ademola of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has adjourned the trial of former National Security Advisor Colonel Sambo Dasuki to January 20, 2016. He adjourned the case after consultations with both defense and plaintiff lawyers. The federal government filed a fresh application seeking to stop Dasuki from traveling abroad for medical treatment. In his fresh application last Thursday, Mr. Oluseyi Opasanya, counsel to the government, asked Justice Ademola to stay proceedings in the ruling he delivered on November 3rd. Dasuki was indicted by a presidential panel probing the procurement of arms in the armed forces from 2007 to 2015. He was accused of using his office to award fictitious arms contracts. He denied the allegations, stating that former President Goodluck Jonathan approved all the contracts he awarded.
And meanwhile, the federal government had yesterday slammed a 4-3-count charge on former National Security Advisor Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired, a former Minister of State for Finance Bashir Yuguda, former Sokoto State Governor Atahiru Bafarawa, and his son Sage. Others charged with them by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on behalf of the federal government are High Chief Raymond Dakwesi, founder and chairman emeritus of Dar Communications PLC and Dar Investment and Holdings Limited, former finance director in the office of the NSA Shuaibu Salisu, and Aminu Baba Kusa.
Former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ayim Pius Ayim, has raised the alarm over a perceived threat to his life and property. He has asked President Mohamed Buhari for extra security in a petition over a publication by Sahara reporters in which the online medium on December 2nd, 2015 stated that Ayim was under investigation over allegations that he is funding pro-Biafra protest. The former SGF linked it to a sustained media attack on his person. In a petition, Ayin said he was compelled to seek protection from government because of the desperation that has sustained the evil elements in the last 5 months, could drive them to become even more vicious and deadly.
And still, the former Nigerian Minister of Petroleum, Mrs. Diesiani Alessandra Madueke, has strongly stated she performed excellently with the right qualifications while in office, as opposed to people's view that she was controversial. She noted that people often hate others for knowing so much and for being efficient and confident, which they mistake for arrogance. She made this known while answering questions fielded by the CEO of Ovation magazine, Mr. Dele Momodo, in London. Mrs. Madueke went on to say that their government had to confront so many challenges, including oil theft and general insecurity. She, however, noted that some of those in office then delivered responsibly, while a few breached the faith and wasted the opportunities handed to them by the then President Goodluck Jonathan.
Gunfire erupted on Tuesday in the Central African Republic's capital, Bangui, where protesters erected barricades after an announcement that ex-president Franco Bozize was barred from running for election. The unrest followed the Constitutional Court's rejection of the exiled Bouazizi's bid to run for president in December 27 elections. A French embassy text message sent to citizens said there were barricades and gunfire in several districts and advised French citizens to avoid these areas. Calm returned to the capital after nightfall, security sources said.
And still on the foreign scene, Cameroonian troops were reported to have crossed the border into Nigeria, killing about 150 villages, burned their huts and forced them to flee. Nigerian refugees made the report on Tuesday after walking for days to reach a refugee center. Cameroon's government have, however, denied the charges that came amid growing tensions between Nigeria and its neighbors over the Boko Haram Islamic uprising that has spilled over Nigeria's borders.
2 Britons have been jailed for 6 years each by a London court after they were found guilty of keeping a Nigerian immigrant as a slave for 24 years. Emmanuel Edet, 61, and Anton Edet, 58, were sentenced at Harrow Crown Court in northwest London late on Monday after their conviction in November for child cruelty, slavery, and assisting in illegal immigration. The couple brought the man to Britain in 1987 when he was 14 years old. The Crown Prosecution Service said they told the teenager they would educate and pay him, but instead forced him to work long hours for no pay and threatened him with deportation if he tried to escape, prosecutors said.
And now in sports, Manchester United's 2015-2016 UEFA Champions League journey is officially over. The Red Devils suffered a 3-2 defeat in the hands of Bundesliga giants Wolfsburg on Tuesday, December 8, 2015. Manchester United's hope of qualifying for the knockout phase of the Champions League rose when Wolfsburg's Guy Lavogi scored an own goal in the 82nd minute after a mild defensive confusion as a result of a Manchester United corner kick. The result implies that Wolfsburg finished top of the Group P with 12 points, while PSV Eindhoven finished second with 10 points after a victory over CSKA Moscow. Manchester United's 8 points will now land them in the Europa League. And meanwhile, Manchester City topped the group of death table after Raheem Sterling scored twice on his birthday in their 4-2 victory over Borussia Mönchengladbach at the Etihad Stadium.
For more stories, please log on to our website at www.africanfreepress.com, like our Facebook page at African Free Press, follow us on Twitter at African Free Press. Don't forget to join in our discussions at African Free Press Forum and subscribe to our YouTube channel at African Free Press. My name is Bridget Okudeli.
And I am Leo Oketa. Do have a very good day.